I've had a few, but the most weird, memorable, odd experience was with a cop who pursued me on a dating app. He kept pushing for a FWB arrangement, which I politely stated I wasn't looking for. He was relentless. Kind of a charmer, but not that slick. Finally, I gave in. We chat, make small talk. Mainly about sex, nothing more. He claims he's single, which I don't necessarily believe but also don't really care about since it's a FWB. We finally meet up and the sex was amazing. Absolutely surprised me, TBH. After that experience, we didn't have contact until I contacted him a few months later asking if he'd be down for a second round. I was surprised at his honesty when he said he was dating someone. So, I politely said if it didn't work out, let me know, otherwise, good luck. I wasn't mad or disappointed because I knew it was just a FWB. So, I let it go. However, no more than 10 minutes later, I get a text from this idiot asking to meet for sex again. I tell him no since he's with someone, that it would be cheating. He tried to rationalize his actions as not cheating, that we had fun and all that crap, but I wouldn't budge on what I said. Sometimes we'd go back and forth arguing about his moral compass, other times he'd say I was making a big deal out of nothing, so on and so on. It always ended in a stalemate because neither of us were going to change our minds about what we wanted or didn't want. Over the course of a year, yes, a year, this cop continues to pursue me on the dating app, whether it's sending simple messages like, "Hi, how are you," etc. Sometimes I just blocked him, other times I responded like a broken record about not helping him cheat, to which he'd either get pissy about or give up his attempt. Then I started noticing a change in his behavior. First, when I reacted angrily to one of his repeated requests for sex, he pleaded, "Let's not do this, please." Wasn't expecting that from Mr. Tough Guy Cop. Then, he began asking details about my personal life, which we had never done before. Everything was strictly about sex before, but now his questions became a bit personal, and I questioned his motives as to why he wanted to know since he was only after sex. It wasn't anything I wanted to share. Another time I was dating someone, he initially said he didn't care, but when I mentioned him only possibly being including in a threesome, this was his response: "If I can't have you to myself, then I don't want you at all." What a fucking nut, I said to myself. I reminded him that we weren't together, he couldn't lay claim over me or my body, nor could he call any shots. He acted like he understood this but acted like a bratty child that didn't get his way. The last straw was when he contacted me like the 10th or 11th time, always playing clueless despite knowing I'm going to say no, and ignoring the reasons I'm saying no, and finally I made it clear that he wasn't the only person I've slept with and that I could easily sleep with any guy the first wanted to. I wasn't ready for his reaction, which I quote, "You think you can just talk about how you can have great sex with whoever you want when no one even asked you. This is about you and me." His true feelings surfaced. However, I completely lost it and told him this FWB was all about his selfish, hard dick, never me and him. Expletives exchanged, we didn't talk for a while, which was great, emo. Next thing I know, 3 weeks ago, I get another contact via the dating app from none other than the cop, repeat my same speech, and he blocked me. Yay. See, I understood, me and him were never a thing. He always tried to project onto me that I must want a relationship with him because of my refusal to have sex with him, like it was commoditized, but I just simply didn't agree with the idea of him cheating on his GF or getting what he wanted from me with no real benefit to me. He made it clear he didn't want a relationship, and I never pushed for one, but in the end, he caught feelings for me, despite saying he didn't want a relationship due to his current one. He claimed, "I've known her off and on for years and I have to do gentle, love-making stuff with her, but with you, I can just be myself." Told him it sounded like a personal problem. Not that we did anything even remotely wild, I think he just felt freer than he felt sexually with her. I think he was confused. Again, not my problem, though. Anyway, what he said spoke volumes, as he told on himself. You cannot be controlling, possessive, demanding or even jealous when you're not in a monogamous relationship with someone, much less a FWB situation. And what a fucking ego to justify cheating. It became clear he couldn't handle a FWB situation. I could. Oh, and guys, just FYI, don't always anticipate that the woman is going to fall for you or develop feelings for you in a FWB situation. Any gender can. That's the issue with FWB arrangements. Sex is a bonding, intimate activity. Whether you try to or not, the more you have sex, the more that intimacy develops. Although we had sex once, we were an incredible sexual match. But that's all. That's all it was. Or ever will be. And I know feelings were there on his end because no self-respecting man would continue to pursue a woman for a year after they had great sex one time, knowing that he will be consistently rejected. Moral of the story: be careful with FWB because someone always either gets hurt or develops feelings in the end, or both.